Maya is something where your consciousness is in the outer world.
I'm just saying the greatness of Jesus is so big that if they actually used the work of Jesus,
At any point of time in this earth, there will be 56 enlightened beings only. Hello, guys, we are back again and we are going to speak about enlightened beings. We all have seen so many videos, podcasts about spirituality, but still our doubts are not cleared.
it's never ending doubts. So
We are here to clear your doubts about enlightened beings. Yeah.
from our perspective, what we think we want to say.
So, what do you know about them?
What do you know about them? It's a mysterious thing, but as far as my understanding goes, from my perspective, I feel like they are the peak of human evolution
Okay.
because all kind of creatures are there. They have reached their, ultimate nature. They're the ultimate. They are fixed towards one destination or the way they are right now. They cannot evolve beyond that, physically, mentally, anyhow. For us, physically it is fixed. Humans have this form, but mentally and internally, right? It has no ending. It can go way beyond people can comprehend. We understand there is a universe. Animals don't. I don't think animals understand that, or other creatures do. They know they have a surrounding, but we know we have a surrounding, and we know where that surrounding is situated in what kind of a place, and we are trying to find out where this place is situated or where it extends. That is like the outer sphere of the universe. So we go way beyond that. So that is the thing. Human evolution is not fixed internally.
Okay.
So I feel these enlightened beings are the ones who reached that point which is way beyond expression. Because when I say beyond this universe, it goes very far, or it is so big that humans cannot say it in words, cannot comprehend it. But maybe there are inner dimensions of you where you can experience these different dimensions of the universe, and you can understand them, but you cannot say it in human words. That's the thing.
That's what.
Enlightened beings, 100% they have some kind of energy that attracts people, right? Even if they don't say a word, they have reached a certain level of the best possible way that a human being can be. So that is the
Okay.
thing I feel.
How do you recognize them?
First of all, enlightened beings doesn't mean that it just happened all of a sudden and they're like enlightened. It's a gradual process. It's a never-ending process again, because once they understand like the basis of their existence on this planet, from there that journey starts. Once that understanding happens and you get, it's nothing but self-realization. And you realize along your path every time, and you understand the different distinctions in this world and difference between the spiritual plane and material plane. So many things are there.
Okay.
So about yourself, to where you're situated. That self-realization is a lifelong process. But for them it happens much faster.
Okay.
See, in terms of spiritual soul connections and all that, right? It's like they have been doing this from lifetimes. The quality of that soul is what is the outcome as a human being. See, the same way enlightened beings, but there are great beings in this world in every corner. Enlightened being doesn't mean a famous human being. There are enlightened beings inside caves, inside libraries, maybe cleaning public toilets. You don't know. It's not like that.
Should I be an enlightened person? What is it? How it will help me out?
It's not something that you go in search of. It is something that happens.
Okay.
It is as an individual on this planet, this life. See, other than you, nobody else can experience the universe as you are experiencing it. That is what individualism is. You individuate. So, for being an enlightened person, there's no much difference. In the sense, like, you are enlightened.
Okay,
But,
so there is 2 points like Kalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Vikalpa Samadhi is someone who is in direct contact with God, but he gets in contact with God when he is in meditation only. When he is in normal day to day work, he is not able to contact God. And also, there is one more concept called Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where that person, even though he is working, he is in action, he is in contact with God. So what is this difference? How one can progress through Savikalpa Samadhi and reach Nirvikalpa Samadhi? But before that, how can one reach Savikalpa Samadhi? What is the process?
I'll give you a very simplified example of this. Okay, this is from my understanding. You mentioned the word meditation.
Yeah.
When you meditate, right, the only thing that happens there is silence. Nothing else. That is what is meditation. The most basic thing, understanding about meditation.
Yeah.
When there is silence, what else is there? Like, there's nothing else. That silence is only God. Now, when you're having that silence, you are in a meditative state. So, the first example that you gave, that person, whenever he's on the move, when he is in action, he's doing everything, but he's not able to be in that meditative state. That silence is not there in him. So, only when he sits to meditate, he gets back that silence. That silence is nothing but again God.
Okay.
That's the best way to understand it. The other thing, second example what you gave is, when that person is on the move or when he's sitting for meditation or whatever he's doing, it doesn't matter, because he's always in that meditative state. Now the second example are the enlightened beings.
Okay.
Because no matter what they do,
Okay.
they're always in that meditative state. So you understood what I said, right? That's the most basic way to look at it.
Okay. When we speak about enlightened being, we call them as Dvija. The reason because they're twice born.
They are?
Twice born. Why? Because the first, when they are born from their mother's womb. Second, they are born when they are enlightened.
Makes sense.
How the transformation happens? See, we know how the normal person lives. We are born once. I don't know about you, if you're enlightened or something.
But like I said, it's a
Gradual process.
after you finish, I'll tell you. You continue.
Okay, so most of us are born once, and we know how this world operates. We have to work so hard to get so little. How will be the life of enlightened being? So he also works, but he is in contact with God. How does it help him in his daily activities? How he is different from us?
See, first of all, it's about the choices that we make in our life. Quality of your soul determines the quality of your life. If you are getting back so much in return, that's because you're getting something more than somebody else is expecting. So it's all about your own desires. What you want, but when you get it, you want something much better than that. So it's an endless desire, endless cycle. When you understand your actions and your consequences for your actions and everything surrounding that, right, then your way of thinking will change completely. Your attitude towards people, towards that law of attraction is there, right? Your attitude towards law of attraction, all these things will change. So when it is like that, and when you're in, like I said, forget about the word God, let's use the word silence. Because silence is God, as far as I know. The universe is nothing but that dark space, the silence. Even Shiva is like, they say in some, I've heard in some of the thing, they say that Shiva's meaning is that which is not,
Okay.
which means it is nothing.
Okay. I know once you told me that when the thoughts in your mind stops, that is when the silence happens.
Yes.
So there are Indian yoga teaches you how to do it. Like pranayama is one of the technique, and different teachers teach you different techniques in pranayama. To achieve this silence of mind is not easy task.
It's
It
not.
requires I think lifetimes for some people. For some people, immediate, maybe in a year or
See,
two.
the main problem is when you try to force it, it
Okay.
will never happen. That's the trick with the mind. You try to force it, it will not happen. It's a monkey brain. You can give them hints and understanding, but then when I'm saying it's a good thing to encourage people to learn this, but someone who is really serious about it, right? It's not even about the teacher. It'll naturally come to them. Because as human beings, we are moving towards that silence.
Okay.
When you evolve into a higher being.
Okay.
See, many people when they talk about aliens, they say they're higher beings, right? And when they say aliens, they usually say aliens communicate telepathically. So this is something like, from the inside. You have to master your inner world. Human beings are good at mastering the external environment. That's why we are top of the food chain. But the day 99% or 100% of the human beings are in that state where, for an example, earlier human beings used to be in the forest, but now all human beings are there in houses, in cities, somewhere, but human beings have built and they're staying rather than being nomads. Just like that, the day almost all the human beings can feel that silence from inside and are aware of it and can look at the world from inside and outside and bring that balance, that's when you will reach the highest level of conscious human beings and many enlightened beings.
Okay. So you have been practicing this pranayama techniques for long, and you have achieved silence.
No,
And
I have never
no,
done.
no, no. I'm asking. I'm
Okay,
just generalizing it.
okay.
Yeah. So he has attained the silence through pranayama techniques. Now, once he is in samadhi or the enlightened, uh, is he out of the maya? So still the maya affects him.
Maya is something that you cannot go out of, you can only be aware of it.
Okay.
Because you are physically here. Okay, you cannot escape this. You are part of it. First of all, explain the word Maya to them.
Maya is something where your consciousness is in the outer world, and
The most basic translation of that would be magical.
magic, Maya.
Like
magic.
the whole world is a magical thing. It's
Yes.
just an illusion. Probably then magical illusion would be the best word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that is true, right? Because if you go to the most quantum level,
Yeah.
it's all atoms and molecules vibrating, right? It's only that we are all just a huge collection of that only. We are,
Correct.
and to be honest, you and me look as if we are sitting, right?
Yes.
But in very, very quantum levels, we are vibrating continuously like this.
Yeah. Like you said,
That's
vibration.
an amazing thing.
As we are born as Hindus, in Hinduism we are taught that even though we look like humans, we see the non-living things, any machines or anything, whatever it is under the creation of God, and however it looks like, at the end it is just a vibration of God.
Yeah, everything, whether living, non-living thing, anything. It's just like computer programming. Every form, every expression, every manifestation has its own work. Like this mic stand has its own work. This mic has its own work. My fingers or my hair, they have their own work. The laptop screen has its own work. Like that. All the same energy, but different manifestation. Different outcomes from the same energy. So that is nothing but intelligence. Intelligence is God.
Intelligence is God.
Being smart, being intellectual, these things are all different. But intelligence is something totally different. That is the core of life. every human being is intelligent. People, in society, because of ego clashes, people put down other people saying you're not intelligent, you're not this, that, because of status levels, all that. No, but these idiots don't understand. However big, however rich, however like whatever they are, they're all idiots. Because the core is intelligence for human beings, for not for human beings to understand, and all the life force which is there. So imagine, right? Just imagine intelligence for energy, for atoms to vibrate and come together in such a way to become a form. Like suppose the sun, it's also made of atoms and molecules, right? Or like just take a cat or dog for example. So many atoms, molecules come together to form this thing.
Okay.
Now, what is that force that brought all of them together to form this expression? That is intelligence, and that is God.
Okay.
God is not like it's not a form. It can take any form.
Yeah. The Abrahamic religions are different from Hinduism.
Okay.
Abrahamic religions speak about one life. We live one life. After death, we just go to the different world. They never speak about the birth, rebirth, and all that.
Reincarnation, nothing.
But when Jesus came to India and got the Kriya Yoga techniques,
I don't think many people know
about it. So that is when he got the idea of birth and rebirth. But his teachings were not passed on to the present generation because of Roman Empire. The Roman Empire told that we should not speak about birth and rebirth, and we should stop it here. So that is when Christianity don't have that concept of birth and rebirth.
Yeah, they used Jesus just to create a religion.
Okay.
It's a controversial topic, obviously, but we have the right to speak our mind, right? It's nothing like I'm not putting anyone down. I'm just saying the greatness of Jesus is so big that if they actually used the work of Jesus, the world would have been a totally different place right now. But that's not what happened. They are using that religion to do something else. They're using it to do all kind of different activities.
I understand.
If Jesus was there, it would have been totally different. If people actually followed what Jesus did, it would have been totally different. But that's the truth. It did not happen. I don't understand why people cannot see it.
Yeah.
They complain that all kind of things are happening in this world, and they only want a savior to come from somewhere else. They don't want to become that. They don't want to take a step forward and do something. That's the difference between, that leader and followers, all that. But Jesus did not want to become like a leader.
Yeah.
Because what he was, he did the best. Other humans also should have done the same thing, doing their best. But one human being who did his best, and it looked like a miracle to everybody else around them.
Yeah. So we all can agree that Jesus was enlightened. He was an enlightened being.
I agree 100%.
And when we speak about God drama, he was also Vishnu's avatar. Krishna, again Vishnu's avatar. These are all enlightened kings. I have a doubt. See, Vishnu's avatar was born in India because the civilization was booming in Indian subcontinent. Is that a reason that Vishnu had a karmic debt in India and he is born in Middle East as a Jesus, and he had to come to India and get his enlightenment and go back? Is he Vishnu's avatar?
Even I don't know about that. But they say Vishnu is like the ultimate God, right?
Yeah.
And I feel that every one of us are avatars of Vishnu.
Okay.
Because we are all the same energy. You, me, anybody in this world is as the same as Jesus or anybody.
I agree with that, yeah.
We are all the same energy. It's just the different level of expression, different level of outcome. See, Shri, for an example, in a tree, maybe one apple and another apple is different. It's never the same. In a tree, there are hundreds of leaves. Not all leaves are the same. They all have their own differences. Imagine human beings. We are so complex. The core of the human being is all the same. It's only the extra things. But that is required, right? That's why we have so much spice in this world.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Also, to speak about enlightened beings who are alive right now, I have done some research and I have found an article in internet,
Mm-hmm.
and there is one person called Meher Baba. He is no
My
more
sister
now.
was following Meher Baba.
People say he is an enlightened person
Yes.
when he was alive.
His photo used to be there at home. I was simply asking, and my aunt was telling me, "Is Meher Baba okay? What happened? Is he great or like he's an enlightened being?" Then I asked her, like, how he got enlightened. So they said that I don't know if he's the deaf and dumb,
Oh.
but actually someone hit him with a stone on his head, and then later he got enlightened.
Oh.
That's I don't know how far it's true, but that's the story.
I have heard people falling from tree and getting enlightened.
An apple fell on a man's head and he discovered gravity.
Okay, so why I spoke about this, because he told that at any point of time in
then
this
he's
earth,
not deaf and dumb.
Yeah.
If he said,
he has mentioned it. At any point of time in this earth, there will be 56 enlightened beings only, even though there are billions of people. Out of that, 48 will not be in contact with people at all, and only 8 will be in outer world. So if somebody is saying I'm enlightened, most probably he is not, because there is only 8 people in the whole world which are enlightened and who can get in touch with people. So that is what Meher Baba said. So what is your comment?
I did not say I'm enlightened.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Maybe there's a thing. I haven't heard anybody else say anything like that. From a normal human being's perspective, I'll be like, what is this guy saying? He's mad or what?
We have spoken a lot about enlightened being, and so do you know any story about enlightened person, like who has done some miracles? Like we know Moses what he has done, we know Krishna what he has done, we know God Rama what he has done.
Miracles don't work out the way that people think it should work. The miracles that you see in the movie are totally different. Okay. For a small example, if I'm talking to you about life when you're very depressed, out of my experience, and I'm telling you that life can be hard sometimes, but you have to keep pushing. You can never give up. Without an intention to actually push you into, bringing yourself to a much stronger version of yourself. Who knew? Maybe because of the depression that you are in, right? You would have even committed suicide, because so many things like that happened. But just because of that one conversation we had, it didn't happen. You did not do any such thing to yourself. In fact, you became much stronger. Isn't this the most miraculous thing?
Yeah, definitely.
People are working hard outside in the sun, okay, and you just go offer them water and they smile at you and they say thank you. Isn't that the most miraculous thing? I mean, doctors saving human beings, like these NGOs, the way they're treating animals, giving them a second life, all these are miracles, not taking something from your mouth.
Correct.
This is all just tricks. I would call them tricks. They're not miracles.
That's true. See, you have told about miracle when people feel good, but
No, not just. I'm not talking about feeling good. When you change that direction to a better place, a better destination.
That's true. But I'm speaking something about the difference in material world which the enlightened being has done. I have a story about it. So you know the famous poet called Kanakadasa in Karnataka. So he is highly spiritual poet. he once visited Udupi
Mhm.
Sri Krishna temple, which is in Dakshin Kannada near Mangalore. He is almost walking from Kerala side and just coming to Mangalore barefooted, and he has nothing but the contact with God. He is in love with God.
Mhm.
So
His devotion.
highly devoted. When he visited this temple, the Brahmins didn't allow him to see God because of his caste. So he didn't get the direct entry to see the main idol of God,
Mhm.
Lord Krishna. So he went one of the side of the temple and started begging God to show his face. You believe it or not, the idol turned to his direction.
I think I've visited this temple. Temple was.
Udupi Sri Krishna.
I think I have visited this temple.
So people who come now to that temple,
They have to go backside of the temple, something like that. Right? Or
I think
another
I'm not
direction.
sure, right or left side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't see the God in
The
main entrance.
Mhm.
They have to go to the Kanakana Kindi, that place where he saw the God is called Kanakana Kindi. There they have to see the God's face. This is the power of enlightened person.
Right now, the times that we are born and all these things, I don't want to be completely ignorant about it. Neither can I completely believe this. But I feel it might have happened because it's possible. When a universe is possible, when we are all possible, this thing also might be a possibility. But at the same time, my scientific mind doesn't let me believe such a thing.
Okay, my question is, so if the God's idol has turned to his direction, is it because God turned himself to him, or with his spiritual power did he turn the God's idol?
See, I would agree to the second point.
Okay,
I feel his devotion,
okay,
whatever, that thing that he has,
yeah,
he has manifested it to such a level that it turned.
it turned, yeah,
Now that I would agree, because when I said individuals have the power, right? Like the
Yeah.
quality of your soul
yes,
is the direct outcome of your whatever your human thing is. Now that power also, right? Maybe he himself did not understand what he did,
okay,
because that devotion that he had, right,
oh,
towards that one manifestation of
Okay.
God or whatever he thought it was.
yeah,
Maybe it is about that. He did not even know about it.
okay,
Now many human beings have that kind of a power.
okay,
Every human being have it,
okay,
but it comes out only in their time and in their own way.
okay,
Some people are very good at gaming. That is their superpower, right?
yeah,
Some people are very good at singing. Some people are very good at talking.
okay,
Some people are very good at killing, murdering. I mean, it's a different level of expression. But in human society and norms,
okay,
to keep everyone and everything in balance, we have the law system, everything, judiciary. There is a good side, there is a bad side, right? The level of expression for human being is endless. There is no limit. But when you move towards being a conscious human being, your limitlessness is totally expanded than you can comprehend. In the sense, it will never be towards the dark side or like harming people or other beings, other things. As a conscious human being, your body, your motivation, your energy, your intentions, everything will be about expanding this energy into keeping everybody around you happy, teaching people how to make your life better and people around you better, move towards a better collective understanding. Now that is what I said is the peak of human evolution.
okay. See, Middle East and European countries and in America, people do not know how can their soul be get contact with the ultimate, the Paramatma. How can Atma get in touch with Paramatma? There is no technique explained by anybody there, but India has it. That is why India is known as a Vishwaguru. India has that knowledge which is beyond this material world, which everybody wants, because every soul cries because they are tired of this material world. They are taking birth and birth again without reason. They don't know what they are doing. They are fed up and they want to get one with the ultimate.
For a small example, different places in the world, right? They have their own speciality. They have their own way of figuring out things. Like for an example, Americans figured out a lot of military stuff. Okay, the West usually, maybe even take filmmaking for example. They are so much ahead of us, right? In all these kind of things, especially in media. Their media is the strongest media. They have more influence on us than we could ever have on them anytime. So they call the first world countries. All this is in that terms, like materials, all that. Like that in India, we had our own system, our own technology, but internal technology.
Yes.
That is what I was going to tell you that time actually. I forgot. Like you said, like the Abrahamic religions and all that. Hinduism. But Hinduism is not a religion.
Yeah.
Why are people not getting that? Hinduism is not a religion. It is a way of living. You're in Hindustan. That is why you're a Hindu. That's what they call you.
And
if at all we had some name like Bangistan, maybe people would have called us Bangi. Like Hindu, Hindustan. That is all. That's the only difference.
Correct.
We respect both Devas and Asuras. We pray to both. There it's like they have only one, the light, the God, the this, the that, all that. But inside they do all kind of criminal work. They do all kind of dark shit there.
Okay.
But here it's like full balanced. Asuras one side, Devas one side, angels one side, demons one side. Like pray both because you need that balance to live in this earth.
This topic is quite easy for us because in our childhood we have seen very good concepts of Mahabharatas. People have explained us about the concepts.
Do you think Rama was enlightened?
Definitely.
But Rama killed so many people.
The reason how he killed the demons is by getting enlightened. The enlightened person.
Once again.
Okay.
Did he kill or did he not kill?
He killed.
So he killed, no?
Yes.
But why is he not the bad person?
No, he is not the bad person
because there is something called
dharma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That consciousness level is there.
Yeah.
Of why would you do? If you have to kill, you have to kill in that certain place. We are human beings. This is for survival.
Okay.
If there is some kind of a villain in your life who's trying to destroy your life at a certain period of time, if it goes way beyond, you have to kill that. You have to destroy that enemy. I mean, that is how it is. Imagine in war, what do people do? If people are going to take what I said as a bad remark, right, then what do people do in war? They kill, right? Eliminate the enemy. How come it is a justification for them? If I have a war with someone, right, then I should be able to kill him.
There is two different things. See,
it is all control.
Okay.
These people have control over everything.
Fine. If I kill for dharma somebody else, and how Rama had killed the demons is different. Why? Because Rama was enlightened and he is out of that karmic space where he can get that karmic debt by killing the person. That karmic debt doesn't come to him because he is out of Maya and he is enlightened.
The thing is, you see, according to him, his nature might have been like that. But for his mindset and what his understanding is, he was still growing as how a normal man would grow, right? That is how he was also growing. Like his wife went away. Otherwise he would have thought, right, somebody took my wife. Oh, this is all Maya. Why should I go why should I go save her? It's all Maya. Could have been like that, right? Or that feeling of love towards somebody, to his wife. Or when Hanuman came, it would have been like, he's a monkey. Why should I have this thing? Like, it's all Maya. What is his love? It's all Maya. But no, he had human emotions just like a normal human being. He lived his life like a normal human would live, but he did his best. But the only difference was quality of the soul is totally different. So the outcome and his experience was totally different. That is what it is. But he did the same thing. If you or anybody was in Rama's place, I think we would have done the same things. I mean, not as much as he would have probably, but maybe lesser, obviously, because of the quality of soul. But yeah, it's amazing whatever he did.
We have covered a lot of topic in this
You sure?
podcast.
I feel we haven't covered as much as we could. Maybe we can do a part 2.
We can speak about it.
Yeah.
People are knowing about the concept, Indian concept of yoga, even in Middle East. I have seen Muslim women in UAE crying when Sadhguru taught about inner engineering and other yoga techniques to them. In deep devotion to Allah, their eyes were filled with tears. So the concept of being one with God is spreading from India to world now. So the enlightened is very much required now in this present.
Imagine if Buddha had today's technology. Like if Buddha had Facebook, Instagram and social media. We're lucky in this day and age that we have enlightened beings and we have social media. These kind of ways of communication to get a good reach to people. So, and that is a very, very important thing. There are many wonderful enlightened beings like that. Like you mentioned Sadhguru. There is Sri Ravi Shankar Guruji. There is one more person called Muji. There was Osho. Osho was next level. Chaotic. They have their own ways. They're not the same. I think I'll stop there, but these are all the wonderful enlightened beings. We'll continue this enlightened being topic on another podcast. Okay,
Thank you.
Then, if you like this podcast video, please subscribe to our channel, leave a like and leave a comment. Tell us your thoughts and we'll see you soon again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.